So I took my first equation, I got y by itself by adding y to both sides and then subtracting 7. So we have x squared plus 4x minus 7. And then for my second equation, I added y and I added 1. And I got y equals 2x plus 1. So I'm going to go ahead and graph those. To review graphing, we're going to go ahead and hit y equals, and then I'm going to type in my first equation. So my x value is right here. We have x squared plus 4x minus 7. And then for my second equation, I have 2x plus 1. Before I graph this, I'm going to go ahead and reset my window so I have a standard viewing window. To do that, I'm going to hit zoom, and then option 6 is my standard viewing window. And this resets everything to a domain and range of -10 to +10. So we can see that I have two solutions. I have my parabola, and then I have my linear equation. It's going to intersect twice. To find the intersection, I'm going to hit second and trace. And then I want option 5 to see where they cross. I'm going to go ahead and use the arrows, the left and right arrows, to scroll to where they actually intersect. So you can see up here at the very top, I'm close enough to my first curve to go ahead and guess. I'm going to hit enter 3 times. And then it gives me the actual value of the 0.25. And then I'm going to do it again by kind of just going the other way. Second, trace option 5 to get my intersection point again. And use my left arrow. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. This one's going to be a little more challenging to see because it's going to kind of get behind where our words are on the screen. But we can kind of see it's flashing down here at the bottom. So I'm going to go a little further, get as close to where my actual curves intersect as I can, and then hit enter 3 times. And you can see I have my second point of -4 and -7. If you look at our next system, again, we had two equations. I solved them both for y. So for my first equation, when I solved it for y, I got y equals 2x minus 5. And then for my second equation, when I solved it for y, because I ended up taking the square root, I have plus or minus. So we're going to handle this a little differently than we did with our first equation. I'm going to go ahead and clear out my last attempt and type in 2x minus 5. And then since I have a plus or minus here, I'm going to have to do two separate radicals. So I have the square root of 25 minus x squared. And then I also have the negative. Now this is a negative sign down the bottom where this is subtraction. So I have negative square root of 25 minus x squared. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit graph. So again, I have my first equation there. I have my second equation. We can again see there are two intersections. To find those two intersections, I'm going to hit second and trace. And I want to find the intersection, which is option 5. I can already see that my first point is kind of already there. So I'm going to go ahead and guess, hit enter 3 times. And we see that I have a point. I have a point 4 and then 3. All right, I'm going to go ahead and find my next point. So second and trace, option 5. And then I'm going to scroll down. So enter. And then it took me up to the top curve. I don't want to be there, so I'm going to hit down to go to my bottom curve. Hit enter again, and then enter one more time, and I have my second point. Now this is the calculator not being able to round correctly. This is really a 0. So we have the point 0 and -5. And there you have it, using the calculator to find your intersecting points.